Hey guys, my name is Dushan.
And I'm Carla.
And together, we are Barašević Farms. So, over the years, I have been pitching the idea to Carla to move and start a homestead to live similar to how I lived back home in Serbia.
It was an easy pitch.
Glory be to God, last year, we were able to buy our first plot of land. We were able to acquire just under an acre. And as we've been sharing our homesteading experience this first season, we've had a lot of people ask us to make longer format videos and upload them on YouTube. So while we've been sharing progress through stories and short reels on Instagrams, we wanted to make some longer format videos to show you guys our homestead, what we're working on, and what we've already gotten done so far.
Sorry for freaking out there.
There's four rabbits playing.
Four rabbits.
They're playing tag.
I wish you could see it. But oh, they're so cute. Oh, can we? Oh, I feel like we'll miss it. They're so quick. Anyway,
we wanted to make these videos to show you guys. So we figured what better way to start than a tour of the homestead. What we have, what we've already started, and what we plan to do in the future. So, join us. Let's take them around the property.
Let's go. I'm so excited to show you.
So starting with this front area, we are a little bit limited with the fact that we have a purge field here for our septic tank. Now, it's not completely useless, so here's a quick breakdown. This area is unusable as far as planting directly in ground, so we plan to do large pots and things that aren't too heavy, but that can still be pollinators for what the goal is. In the front, we plan to put bees. We think this is a fantastic area for the bees because our neighbors have a lot of flowers that the bees can use, and it's not going to disturb the purge field. Ultimately, we don't want to cause any harm to the septic system.
And I need to get over my fear of bees.
You will do great. We'll get you the thickest suit they have so that they can't get through it.
So on to our front patch. Over here we have our blue tarp where we've had wood chips sitting on it pretty much all winter, and we just took them off recently. And the reason why we did that is so we can kill off the grass. So it's pretty much like this under this whole patch.
Wow, it worked well.
It worked really well, actually. And on this patch, we'll have our in-ground beds because we want to plant some sweet potatoes. We got these really dope sweet potatoes from Sterling, Ontario, 3 different varieties, but the one I'm really excited for are the purple sweet potatoes or purple yams, whatever you want to call them. So we'll have them in the ground here. What we'll do once we take off the tarp, we're going to put down some cardboard and then this lovely wood chip that we got from a local arborist, dropped it off last year. And then on top of that, I'll show you. We have some black gold, which is some compost manure dirt. It's mushroom compost.
Wow, it looks great.
It does look great. And this is really rich soil. That's gonna go on top of the wood chips. And then we're gonna plant a variety of things in the ground.
All right, so we're gonna do lasagna, right? Cardboard, wood chips, dirt, and then a tarp over that. And then we're gonna plant in, because sweet potatoes need how much space, Carla?
About 8 to 10 inches in depth. So we'll get the soil ready for that.
So, continuing from the sweet potato patch, you see all this grass. And the goal is to turn all of this into in-ground beds. We don't want to just rip the grass up. We want to slowly kill off the grass by covering it the same way we did the sweet potato patch. This will return the organic matter back into the dirt and allow us to actually utilize it long-term as everything grows into it. So imagine here, all in-ground beds, 3 foot wide, wood chip paths. The goal for these in-ground beds is to grow a lot of our winter storage crop, from potatoes to squash to sweet potatoes, things that prefer to be in-ground rather than raised beds.
Green beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Some veggies and fruits like in-ground beds, some like raised beds. It all has to do with what's optimal, so we want to have both options. Yes, this is a huge area. We're not going to rush it. We're going to do it right, do it slowly as we grow organically. I'm really excited that in 2-3 years, we could do an update video on this space and it'll be totally transformed.
This is our temporary burn pile because we're actually working on cutting back this whole tree line so we can gain back a little bit more of our property line. It's coming out about, I don't know, 10 10-ish feet.
Yeah, about 8 to 10 feet, depending on where you are in the tree line.
So, you know, this is a lot of trees, a lot of branches, and we can't use them all. So we are burning them. And this is what we're using our burn pile for.
And long term, we will use this ash from the burn pile to return back to our garden beds, because natural ash is actually fantastic for your plants.
What he said.
And this is probably my favorite part of the homestead.
Mine too.
This is a 20 tree micro orchard. Some of my fondest memories growing up in Serbia were picking a plum or a peach or a pear off one of my grandparents' fruit trees as I was heading to school. So we have a variety of things planted, from apples to pears to peaches to plums to cherries. We even have some trees like this apple tree, which actually has 5 varieties of apples grafted onto the singular tree. By focusing on different varieties packed into a small space, we're going to be able to have a large variety of fruits and varieties of those fruits in a small space. Each tree is spaced 12 feet apart and 15 part across in a zigzagging fashion. We got these trees from Whiffle Tree Farms, which specializes in bare fruit trees. Bare fruit is the way to go if you're thinking long term. I'm really excited because of the varieties in this orchard. Apples, pears, cherries, peaches, nectarines, plums, apricots. We even have something called a plumcot, which is a fusion. And then we also have a mulberry tree. I'm really excited to see this develop in the next 4 or 5 years. And don't let me forget, we also have a fig tree for our boy Jesus.
Let's head over to the garden.
Yeah, let's show him the garden bed area.
So in a garden, you need pollinators, and the best way to attract them is to plant flowers. So I have 2 flower garden beds. I also have some other flowers around the property, but I planted these 2 specific garden beds to get a variety of flowers. Last winter, we planted a bunch of bulbs that came up early, and I have some more seeds going. So in a few weeks, I can't wait to show you what we have over here. I love coming out in the morning just to see what bloomed that day. And we have a whole bunch of different flowers, alliums, we had tulips. I just put in some lavender. That's going to take a couple years, but it's going to be nice.
And we actually do have a 3rd bed that Carla plans to put here once I lay down some cardboard and mulch for her. This way, there's not only pollinators for the garden, but also for the bees we plan to put in.
Love the flower garden bed. I have some other pots here behind me where I planted some more flowers. In a few weeks, you'll see some sunflowers coming up. The one I'm excited about, what's it called again? The 12-foot one?
Behemoth sunflowers.
Behemoth sunflowers. They grow up to 12 feet. And in front of me here, we have our potatoes. These are just regular potatoes. We have 2 beds over here. We have some more over on the other side, and I'll let Duke show you the rest of the garden.
Now that Carla has showed you her pride and joy flower beds, let me give you a tour of our 32 garden beds that are actually just dedicated fully to vegetables. She already mentioned we have 2 potato beds here. We're having 3 different varieties growing in the bed right now. And then I have them positioned in packs of 6. Yes, it's not optimal for my back, but it is optimal for spacing. And when you are limited on space, you have to focus on output. That is output per unit of space that you have available. Now, we're already losing sun here. It's almost 8 o'clock, so it's gonna get a little darker. But bear with me and let me show you real quick our beds. Here is the 2 other potato beds that Carla mentioned. Here we have some eggplants and peppers mixed in, and then begins the tomato beds. I'm trying a few different styles. In front there, I have 2 beds full of tomatoes. Here, I will be utilizing scrog netting to fan them out. Over here in front of me, I have cherry tomatoes. And for these cherry tomatoes, I'm utilizing a cattle panel trellis. I'm sure you've all seen how popular these are. Cut here to a video of me riding in the back of a truck to get these home, thanks to an amazing fireman who helped us out. And the whole goal with these tomatoes is to have them vine up, really utilizing space. In all of these tomato beds, I also have bush beans planted. Tomatoes use a lot of nitrogen. Beans are a nitrogen fixer. Plant them together. It's a fantastic idea. Here we have some onion beds. Red onion here, yellow onion here. Here we have carrots starting to pop up, nice and slow. Now I will be weeding out these carrots because I planted them close, because counting carrot seeds is for the birds.
Oh, before you go over there, my favorite part of the garden.
Yes, my small barbecue pad. I did this kind of makeshift one day. Long term, I'll show you guys where we plan to put in a full, large interlocking stone deck. but of course I needed somewhere for the queue.
All those amazing steaks that we post. Over here. Anyways, back to you.
Moving over here, we have 2 beds of radish. We have a bed of spring onions. And this bed is going to be one of the ones where I'm kind of doing an experiment. We are going to plant sweet potatoes both in a raised bed and in our in-ground plot to see what our yield difference is and what we want to do for next season. A big part of what you want to do on your homestead when you're limited on space is optimize. Don't be afraid to do an experiment for a season or 2. Moving over to these next cattle panel trellises, we have what will be cucumbers for making pickles. I have 4 varieties of cucumber planted, and they should all vine up. And the really big advantage with these panels is that they avoid your vegetables touching the ground, and that's going to prevent a lot of the disease. All right, so on this panel we have cherry tomatoes, on this one we have cucumbers, and moving over to this third trellis we have beans, the magical fruit. So these are very important. Beans are a staple when you're doing Lenten fasting in the Orthodox Christian tradition. It's very important to have beans, so we are figuring we're gonna grow a lot. Over here, admittedly, I will show you guys something that I have failed on. This is a lettuce bed that I try to do direct to sow. It's not doing well. More than likely, in the next week, I am actually just gonna till all of this up, and I will use this bed also for sweet potato, as well as that one. So we're gonna try 3 sweet potato raised beds.
These ones look good.
They look all right. Here we have our garlic. This is the only thing we planted last summer because we got the property, didn't have the summer season, but we managed to get these garlic in. And this is our seed garlic. 80% of this will not be eaten. It will be stored and used in a multiplicative way, plant next year's crop. So if I've done my math, at the end of this summer, I will be able to plant 4 garden beds of garlic. And then the one after that, I'm gonna plant 8, and then we can start actually enjoying a lot of garlic. Here, I've got some Napa cabbage going. We love kimchi. The goal with this bed is kimchi. Again, I don't love growing lettuces and things like this, so this will probably be the last time you see me growing anything like this. To me, lettuce is not a good use of growing space on a small land homestead because we're not looking to capitalize on what people sell lettuces for. A lot of homesteaders will tell you, wow, lettuce is my cash crop. For us, that's not the focus. For us, it's growing food for us, our families, and our community. So while I love a salad, can't really tell when you look at me, I don't find it a great use of space. After this round of cabbage, I probably won't do it again, and I'll till up these beds and use them for something else. In these 2 beds, I have strawberries going. We actually have our first one coming up red. It's not quite ready, but it's getting there. The goal with these beds is they come back. They're perennial. They send leaders. Next year or 2, I will actually guide the leaders that they send into the 2 beds that are currently full of peppers. And so long term, we'll have 4 beds of strawberries and then 6 beds of strawberries. And the reason we want to do that is strawberries like raised garden beds versus in-ground unless you're doing on an industrial scale. And these peppers and tomatoes will then be moved to the in-ground bed area because that will have been turned into dirt. Again, we're thinking long term. We're growing organically as we work with the land.
Look how cute these are. Little strawberry. Look, a strawberry.
Oh, strawberry.
Oh, look, it's a strawberry. Another cool thing that we have going on here is our asparagus patch. We have it planted in this long row because you do need a bunch of space between each asparagus. You'll see here that it's already kind of sprouting. We planted 2nd year crowns, and we obviously won't be able to eat this, but the really good thing about planting asparagus is that once you plant it, you'll be eating it for 20 years, and they grow about a foot a day-ish. So yeah, this looks amazing. This whole row will be asparagus, and hopefully we'll be enjoying them in like a year or 2.
All hand dug by yours truly. So it's not perfectly straight, but it's good enough, and it'll be a cool living fence once everything starts growing.
So there you have it, a quick tour of our 32 garden beds and what we got going on in them. We're heading over to show you our rainwater collection
and the future patio area.
Yes. So over here is our rainwater collection. We have these 3 totes set up because we want to use as much rainwater as we can. We have our gutter connected to our metal roof on top of the shed, and it's currently going into this metal tote. And then once that's full, we'll move it over to the other.
Today, actually, we placed an order for a pump, and that pump One end goes into the tote with a hose, and on the other end, we will water our beautiful garden bed area because rainwater is
full of nutrients and minerals, and we love it. It's free. Why not use it? So this is what our rain collection system currently looks like.
And bringing you to the last piece of land on our little homestead is something that we really want to work on. While it's not food production related, it's food consumption related. If you've ever been at our house, you know we love to host. And while we host, we like to feed as much from our land as we can. And God willing, in a few years, who knows? We may have catered dinner options served on our homestead, fully single source, only from things on our farm. So the long-term goal here is to put an interlocking stone patio. You see, we already have the deck. It's a good size, but we like to host big, okay? So the goal here is steps down to an interlocking patio. And on this interlocking patio, we will have an outdoor kitchen. So my little barbecue isn't restricted to 4 stones. It can have all the stones at once. We're not placing a super high importance or rush on this because this is more for us. We want to focus on all things food production related first, but hopefully we can cut to a video in 2-3 years where we've got it done. Now, no homestead is complete without some animals, not only for their amazing protein source between meat and eggs, but also for their manure. Manure is so important so that you can have a composting program on your homestead to cut down the high cost of compost if you were to buy it every season. So, as Carla mentioned, we are working on pushing this tree line back. In some spaces 4 feet, in some spaces 8, because it has been overgrown and unmanaged its whole life. So, once we push this back 8 to 10 feet right to the property line and up 10 feet, the goal is we will put a chicken and duck run all along the tree line. Starting there, going all the way down, they will have space to move about in a chicken/duck tractor that we will make. They won't have the space to be on fresh grass all the time, but we are hoping to move them little by little so that we can still utilize the whole alley once we clear up the tree line and have them for their amazing poop. Chicken poop is really good because it's full of nutrients, but it's very hot, so you need to compost it for at least a year. Chicken poop, on the other hand, is what they call cold manure, meaning that the moment it's in the water, you can feed that water to your plants. It's one of the best things. So we're gonna show you guys how we build that out in the future. That is a big plan this summer, is to work on this chicken and duck area so that we can have these little poop machines in here as soon as possible. And also, the chickens will be for meat and the ducks will be for eggs because we prefer duck eggs, and who doesn't love a little chicken? So, really excited for this. Can't wait to show you guys our little quackers and our little chickens running around.
Chicken poop in the chicken coop.
That's right.
So there you have it.
What we've done already in our first season, what we plan to do, and we're gonna take you guys along with us the whole way.
The whole way. So thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna have so much more to show you throughout the summer, even winter, because summer goes pretty long where we live. And we're very excited to just have you join us on our Barašević farm experience.
So, as always, God bless you guys. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you at the next episode of
Barašević Farms.